Hey everybody, it's End Times Talk. Um, Definitely concerned with what's going on in Minneapolis right now since this morning's shooting that took place. There's a lot of arguing whether, someone had a gun or not. That's not that, I'm not judging that right now. I actually, don't know what I believe when it comes to the situation. I just know that supposedly there was a man with a gun, and or he went after an ICE agent with a gun, or revealed a gun. I don't know what the story is from one side or the other. I've only seen two videos so far, and you're about to see one. But this man was shot multiple times and absolutely passed away on the spot. And so what I'm about to show you is a little graphic, but so giving you a heads up about that. Um, so this is a different angle than what I showed you in the last live, and I want to make sure people understand me when I'm saying this. That if you want to know why all of this is going on, you have to watch the last live that I did, because I'm not going to go into any of that specifically in this live. Okay, so you'd have to go back to the last live that I did, the one just before this morning, all right, just a couple of hours ago or whatever, and watch that, and you'll get filled in as to how this all began, and then what the plans of the elite and everything that are behind all of this. Okay, but I'm going to show you a video now, and what I'm about to show you is a little graphic. I don't know if you're going to see like anything super detailed or anything like that, but you definitely see from this view more of a head-on what happened, and there is a lot of language in this video, so just giving you a heads up. So here we go.
Go.
That gentleman you see right in front of you is the one that gets shot and passes away. Just giving you a heads up, okay?
What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you?
And just giving you heads up, here in just a moment it's gonna happen. So
Honestly.
here we go. You hear me? Says got a gun, got a gun, got a gun.
Oh my god! 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 The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody call.
And from what I saw, there's imagery that I'm not going to show you here, but he took one in the forehead, one in the neck, and it looked like one in the collarbone area for sure, that I can confirm.
Call the ambulance! Somebody needs to call the ambulance! Somebody call 911! I can't believe they just did that! Holy shit! Holy shit! Just get come on! Come on! Oh my god, you fucking people, man! You're fucking killing us! Why would you do that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm seeing this! I can't believe I'm seeing this! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come here! Come on!
That guy slips right here.
Come here. It is.
So that is what happened, and the situation has begun to degrade. I have a few different videos here to show you. Give me a moment. I got to make sure I got the right one because I didn't have time to name them before I put them out there. There's a few different ones. So this is the first one I'm going to show you. Wait, yeah, this is the first one I'm going to show you of the situation after that. It gets a little heated here for sure. It literally sounds like a war zone on everybody. And I'm going to tell you, I don't care how cold it is right now in Minneapolis. Like, this is going to pop off. Like, this is absolutely going to gain more traction. I don't know what's going to happen in other cities. I can't speak for what's happening in other cities, but I'm going to show you in a little bit how these groups are organizing and what they're doing and how they're going about following ICE around, because it's been exposed, and I'm going to show you in a little bit and give you an inside look. So we're going to watch a couple of these videos about the situation deteriorating, and then we're going to go through and kind of look at some other things and how these people are operating. I think it's very possible that Trump could invoke the Resurrection Act. Remember, and I forget his name, it's the old bald guy that works for, like, Department of Homeland Security, ICE, all that stuff. Maybe he's the ICE director or whatever. I forget his name. But he was saying there will be more blood. Remember I showed you guys that clip just the other day where he said that there would be more blood. And he basically, oh yeah, Homan. Yep, that's it. But he said literally, he was talking, I think it was Gretchen. Oh man, I forget her name. I could be wrong, but anyways, he says he thinks there'll be more blood, and so here we go.
Fucking down. Look at you! Look at you! This is an American city, you dumb fuck! Nice. Give it away.
Popping a lot of tear gas right there. So Yayo Smile says they have a rally planned for 1 p.m. today. Where they're at 1 p.m., it should already be 1 p.m. So there's that video. Give me a moment here. And then we'll go to the next one right here.
We just have a few moments here, but it seems to be some smoke is rising. I don't know if these are smoke bombs. It was peaceful when we began to talk, and we noted that rhetoric really matters now, and calming tensions really matters. What are we seeing on our screens now? What's your analysis of this?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to keep things calm. And
can you believe that this is America? that this is what America is becoming. Just like the movie Civil War, just like the movie Civil War, might I add, a lot of the same scenes that you saw in that movie Civil War right after the solar eclipse that happened over America. There were people that told you that that meant nothing. Well, it looks like they all have egg on their face at this point.
Diffuse the tension. Again, Kaylee, this is not what agents ever want to have happen. It's insulting to hear this governor make it seem like, this is the wild, wild west and this is what they want to be doing. This is not what they want to be doing. They are literally enforcing the laws. These are targeted interactions. These are targeted operations. They are simply doing their job. And again, without the details of who the subject is, whether they were someone that they were arresting, whether they were a bystander or protester, frankly, when you're looking at the deadly force policies, that's completely irrelevant. For them, they are literally looking at what we've gone over and over before. But my piece of advice to anyone in Minneapolis and frankly anywhere in the country, let the law enforcement do their job. If you don't want to run into problems, stay out of the...
All right, here's another video.
All put on masks. A little while ago, just a few of them had masks on. Now they're all masked. Watch this one here, preparing to fire a canister. You can fire one canister out of those weapons at a time, then you have to reload. So you'll notice that when they shoot them, they immediately reload. It's a windy day, so the gas is blowing back on the officers, but they are all masked. So they're unaffected by it. There is a tape, and generally speaking, in a crowd control or law enforcement situation, the tape is the barrier beyond which you're not supposed to go. But now we've seen the federal officers crossing the tape and pushing people further than that, which is generally speaking not an infringement on the law if you're not interfering with an enforcement operation. We don't know what happened here. We do have video, and again, I will show it to you. It is terribly graphic, in which you see some sort of a scuffle involving federal officers and someone, and then you hear multiple shots. You can see it. Someone has been shot. That person who has been shot, according to the Minneapolis police chief, has died. So this is the second time now in a few weeks in which someone has been shot involving federal officers. Once again, these federal officers that you see in front of you, you can generally tell they're federal officers because these days the proof is in the negative. They don't have badges to indicate who they are. You saw people holding up their cameras and recording and asking these people, what's your name and badge number, and not getting a response. There you go. That's a tear gas canister that was fired. Most of these officers, this is a tear gas gun. The man with his gun up, that is not a tear gas weapon. That is a live fire weapon. We have not seen that used this morning. Those generally have bullets in them. Generally speaking, this guy on the left has a live fire weapon. He's pointing it downward. The other one was pointing it upward. The ones you're seeing, the short-nosed weapons, are for flashbang grenades or for tear gas. You can see an officer throwing a grenade there. Then you hear it explode. So you saw him throw it. You saw it explode. That is meant to disorient protesters. The bang is very, very loud. The flash is very, very bright. You generally can't look at it. So you've got to sort of get out of the vicinity. Your hearing is usually disrupted for a little while. So the situation between the protesters and the federal officers seems to have settled for the moment. But as you can see, this continues to be a dynamic situation. The protesters were a little out of the shot at this point. Alex Tabbitt was around some of them. They've taken these dumpsters and garbage bins, turned them on their side to sort of impede the movement of the federal officers. There is a local police presence on the scene. It's just not on this camera, so we can't see them. We saw them on Alex Tabbitt's camera.
So yeah, I mean that's what's happening right now. Now yesterday, look at the size of this protest that happened yesterday in Minneapolis, and you tell me how many people are going to be out on the streets tonight. Look at how many protesters. They're busing people in from other places. This isn't just Minneapolis. These aren't just Minnesotans or whatever you'd call them. These are from people that are, and I mean that I have videos of the buses that are being brought in. But check this video out. This happened yesterday afternoon. I'll tell you, they're saying that the amount of ICE agents that are there is just astronomical. It's in the thousands. There's tons of them there in Minneapolis. It's the forces are being built up on both sides, don't you see? Don't you see? I believe that this is orchestrated on both sides. Every war that has ever existed, I don't care what you believe, has been played from both sides. The same people fund both sides. I mean, and I was talking about the Illuminati card game and how all the cards of like both sides, they have KKK cards, they have Black Panther card, and the Illuminati controls them both. And that's just the racial stuff. That's not even the political and the legal and all that stuff. And so the angry mob is being stirred up, and the things are being done to get the angry mob enraged and to get them out there with their pitchforks and their torches. And it's beginning to happen. And I am very concerned for the safety of the public in that area, because there's people that don't want no part of this, that live in that area, that are stuck in their apartment, and they're looking on, they're like, this is insane. This is insane. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some stuff here. So Cam Higbee has done a lot of work, and he's infiltrated the South Side Signal. They're using Signal to coordinate. This one has 754 members, and there's like different icons next to the names. Okay. But I'm just going to let this play, and he's going through and he's showing you all the different names that are a part of this and in Signal. And this is just the South Side. This isn't even the whole enchilada. This is just the South Side. And these people are coordinating on Signal to be able to rise up against ICE. This is a coordinated effort. This isn't just some random thing. These people they're learned, they're learned. And so with that being said, give me a moment here. I got to find this. Hold on. Share screen. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. So with that being said, give me a moment here. Yeah, so these people, these ICE watchdogs, they're following people that aren't even ICE. And they talk about, the Nazis and stuff like that. Now they're stopping people and checking whether they're ICE or not. It almost seems like the reversal of, can they see your papers? Can they see your papers, sir? Absolutely mind-boggling what's going on. Absolutely mind-boggling what's going on. Hold on one second. Let me click on this here. I think it's down the way here. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, I mean, that's the meme that's come out that people are making. I mean, it's just crazy. Just crazy stuff. Hold on one second. Yeah, right here. So Cam Higbee has, figured out and has infiltrated their groups. Hold on. We'll go to Cam Higbee's thing here for a moment. And he says, I have been undercover inside the groups for days. Hold on. Let me make this bigger so it's a little easier to read. I've been undercover inside the Signal groups for days. You'll notice emojis next to people's names. Here's a key for what those emojis mean. The highlighted positions are the most crucial. Most are self-explanatory. Mobile patrols spend their entire quote-unquote shift searching for suspicious vehicles. When they find one, they send it to the group so that plate checkers can compare with their database and see if it's a known federal vehicle, or if the patrol can make the confirmation so that the database can be updated. Dispatch runs a maxed out call all day telling protesters where ICE has been spotted and how they can be best impeded. So they're organizing. This is organized. All right. It says for each occupation or shift position, protesters have to undergo training. It's unclear what the training entails, other than numerous slides of instruction. I've seen it mentioned repeatedly who is paying for all of this. It's the satanic money. It's the satanic money that's paying for all of this, everybody. And I've proven that in past lives. Proven it. All right, and you can stop and read this if you want to. But, you know, it says each chat for a specific part of each city has smaller districts broken up within its called patrol zones, which guide ICE chasers on where they should be in position. Isn't that crazy how organized they have become? Isn't that wild? Now here's a screen recording of their plate database right here. That's how they have ICE plate search. I mean, this is highly organized. This isn't just something where a bunch of hippies and Subaru Outbacks go out and try to run amok. This is organized. These people are being paid. This is being funded. This is what you would call an operation, a military operation. Hold on 1 second. And so it says here's a screenshot of the active dispatch call. It's always active, as well as a shift change. You can see folks are changing their emojis, clocking in and out. I'll also attach below a video of dispatch actually tracking the vehicle I was in, claiming that we were confirmed ICE. So he's not even really ICE. He's just a reporter, and they're saying that he's ICE. These people don't even know what they're doing. They're like a chicken running around with its head cut off. You know what I'm saying? So let's watch this.
That white Chevy Silverado with the newly changed plates with the coexist sticker on the back. We're on Irving and Lake Street going north on Irving. We seem to be the only commuters following. Just wanted to give an update on our location.
Thank you. Do you have anyone in the car with you?
Yes, I do.
Lovely. Thank you.
And we are getting a photo sent to the chat for confirmation.
This is John 612. That we are at Grand and Lake. We're heading toward Irving. We can try and join you.
Thank you, John 612.
Hey, this is Lokito. I'm getting some messages from the WhatsApp group that they're driving around on 28, 29th, Pleasant and Pillsbury Avenue. Do you want to swing by there first? I'm making my way down that way as well. I am on Lake and Park.
I'll relay to the Spanish chat, or sorry, relay to the Uptown Whittier.
Tired.
Thanks, Aaron.
That Ford just gray Ford just last
On the car. But
Please go on mute. John 612, please go on mute.
It's going to be a right, the next right.
Lokito, go ahead.
The next right, Chicago.
Yeah, that gray F-150 just drove past me on the opposite way towards.
Isn't this wild?
That was on Lake and Park.
That's us.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You could say we've got 2 commuters behind that F-150.
That's confirmed.
Do we have anyone in this call who's at 28th, 29th Pleasant right now? Lokito, you're not there, correct?
Don't wave at them. Do not wave.
Correct. I am on 3rd and Lake. I would be there in probably like 2 or 3 minutes.
This is Liv. I'm at Cedar and Lake going west. Do you want me to keep an eye out?
I'm concerned about the reports from the Spanish WhatsApp about 28th to 29th and Pleasant. Ern's relaying to Uptown, but Lokito, if you could head there, if you're up for heading there and you're only a minute or 2 out, that'd be great.
29th Pleasant.
Hey, this is Fubar. We're also about a minute out.
Isn't that crazy?
These 5 observers are on there. KM, I'll probably have you stay on that F-150. But anyone else that's on this call that is currently on that F-150, I think we could use our resources and energy better somewhere else.
Sprout, I agree. If there's somewhere you want to send us, that's great. Otherwise, we could go up into Phillips.
If you want to go up into Phillips, that's great. I'm going to attempt a roll call here in a minute. Got it. Sprout, do you have a passenger?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, KM, you disengage.
Literally following them. They have literally created their own force, their own civilian task force. Remember what Obama said? We need a civilian task force that's just as strong, just as well funded. Remember that? That's what it kind of reminds me of right now. I mean, this is just nuts. Absolutely nuts that they're this organized. Here's a recording of protesters actively tailing the vehicle I was in, labeling me as ICE and instructing commuters, ICE chasers, to follow me.
We're not ICE. Why are you guys following us? And they leave like right when we get out of the car. We're not ICE. We're not ICE. We're following them because they were following us.
No? You look suspicious as fuck.
Wait, so should people...
We're
not ICE. Why are you guys following us? And they leave like right when we get out of the car. We're not ICE. We're not ICE. We're following them because they were following us.
No? You look suspicious as fuck.
Wait, so should people follow and harass any suspicious looking person?
Get out of here.
Why are you guys following us? We're not ICE.
No, not ICE. Not in an ICE vehicle, right?
No.
Right, get in your truck and get the fuck out.
Why?
Because you need to go. Confirmed ICE.
We're not ICE.
Yeah, same to the people that you're abducting. Get out.
We're not.
You see how stupid these people are? They're so brainwashed. Everybody's ICE now. Everybody's ICE. And a lot of these dudes, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to level with you here, and I'm not trying to be gross, okay? A lot of these dudes can't get a girlfriend, and they need to find stinky, liberal, unwashed turds to hop in bed with. I'm just being honest with you. Like, that's a lot of why these guys act so tough. But when these guys, like, actually get into a fight, they can't even stand their own. They act tough, but they can't back it up. It just blows my mind, the desperation of all of this.
We're not, because we're being followed. They're following us, and they came up. We didn't even know they were following us until they came up and said, "We've been following you, reporter, independent
Go
journalist."
report something.
Okay.
Go to the airport.
We don't want people following us.
Go to the airport.
And hurting us when we get
They're
home.
not going to hurt you. They're
They think
going to
we're
stay
ICE.
right behind you.
Yeah, all the way back to where we're staying, right?
Great.
Yeah, no, we don't want that. It's why we're Americans. Why are we being forced out of a neighborhood? We're reporters.
We have Americans being detained.
We're not detaining anybody.
Who are claiming to be federal agents.
We're not claiming that.
So you can tell we're a little bit on edge.
That's fine, but it doesn't give you the right to run people out of town.
You're on crack cocaine.
Yeah. So why are you here though? I mean,
We're
Are you
reporters.
going to join the protest against ICE?
We are reporters.
You're reporters with who?
I'm an independent journalist. I sell my footage.
What's your handle?
What's my handle?
Yeah.
I sell my footage.
Really? Yeah, you're
Yes.
pretty established.
I sell my
Where are your
footage.
press credentials?
I have them in my pocket. I showed them
Do you have
repeatedly.
press credentials?
Yes, they're in my pocket. 1 second.
I mean, that blows my mind, man, that people have to prove that they're not ICE when you clearly aren't ICE. It blows my mind. Leave and delete. So now they found out a new group chat for each zone is made each day. The chats are dated and deleted at the end of each day. This is super coordinated. This is likely to avoid detection, record keeping, and consequences. Bunch of cowards. By midday, the group chats hit maximum capacity. 100,000 people 1,000 people, not 100,000 people, but 1,000 people allowed by Signal. So they're using the Signal app, and people who are not chasing federal agents are asked to leave to create room for those who are. The dispatch calls also reach maximum capacity constantly. I believe it's 50 people maximum, which means at any given time in each small zone, there are 50 people chasing agents. Isn't that crazy? Like, these people, how do you afford to go around all day and chase agents? How do you afford that? It's when you're being funded. It's when you're being funded. This is a job. You can see that this is clear as day a job. All right? The quasi-police force uses a system called Salute, which calls out the size of federal units, activity, locations, uniforms, times, and locations. You already said locations. They then instruct their ICE chasers to follow and confront agents at their known locations. So I'm just doing my part to show you how this is all ran, so all of this makes more sense to you. Now it makes way more sense to me what's happening. We knew it was being funded. We knew that this stuff was going on, but now there's proof, and I have to give my hats off to Cam because he does good detective work, and that is from one investigator to another, sir, and you are definitely in the front line, sir. Says here, Minneapolis Signal infiltrated. They are everywhere, and local police are cooperating. Local police are cooperating. Here, an observer calls out a possible agent, but says she's just out walking her dog, so can't continue on. Dispatch called for backup. Also below is a message indicating that local police department may get involved if ICE hinders public safety. Not clearly on foot, walking the dog, so had to leave the scene. But confirmed 2 in front seats. Right here, from Roseville, RR, the police called back, Respooner, and said ICE has jurisdiction to call back if they hindered public safety. Right there. Isn't that crazy? That even the police department is on it? This is at a government level. This is at a government level, everybody, that they're doing this. You should save this video because I have a feeling this ain't going to go over too well. All right? Definitely save this video. I would. I'm going to download it myself after doing it. These thugs apparently have a home base, though I haven't been able to identify it. Here's an ICE chaser indicating that he is expected there. Heading east on foot. Home base is expecting me. Should be off call in 15 minutes. This is so organized, dude. So organized. Here are chasers discussing what should be done after realizing they positively identified my vehicle as ICE, but then found out it was me. I believe this person might be the aggressive individual in the second photo.
The person that just asked for a plate check a minute ago.
Hold on. That's crazy, man. Just crazy, dude. I mean, dude, listen to me. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna level with you. All right. If I was in Minneapolis, okay, and I'm just talking streets here. I'm talking streets. Like I'm just talking the way that you look at things in the streets.
White
Hold
Chevy.
on. I remember one time. Let me put it to you this way. Okay, let me throw it at you this way. One time I was traveling through Chicago. Okay, I was traveling through Chicago, and I was sitting in Union Station. I was gonna take a train out west, and I was waiting for the Empire Builder to pull, to get ready to be released to go out west, where my family lives. And so I'm sitting there, and there's a gentleman who's drunk, and the cops are really belittling him. And you're allowed to drink there. I mean, like, they have alcohol for sale. He wasn't like, doing anything crazy. He was just sitting there, and he had a good buzz going. He wasn't getting rough or rowdy or out of control. And they came and arrested him, and they were yanking him around so much that his pants fell down. Then they started to make fun of him and his, we'll say his privates, okay? And they're like, ew, ew, ew. Well, you just pulled his pants down. What do you think's going to happen? All right. And so everybody sitting around me, obviously has they're seasoned in the streets, but I'm someone that's very bold. I don't really care what people think of me. Okay. And I asked the police, I'm like, you guys are taking him to jail? You sell alcohol here. You're really going to take him to jail? And they're like, mind your business. And then the people around me are like, woo, you got involved in that? Man, that was stupid. They were telling me how stupid I was, that I could have went to jail just even, standing up for the guy. I didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm going to stand up. But that's the mentality of the streets. You don't get involved unless it involves you or your own. And so all these people that are streets that are getting involved are being paid. Otherwise, they don't care to get involved. Why would they want to get involved? Why would they want to go to this extent and work so hard to make this work? It absolutely, in my opinion, proves that these people are being paid at the top. Absolutely 110%. So, I mean, I think you guys get the picture of how they're operating. They're using signals. They're using signal. All right. And we'll check this video out real quick here.
Here. So they are setting up camp here essentially with the message that we're not going anywhere. You can hear that chant. These are our streets. And as you were talking about how well organized this is, that is something that has really stood out to me over the last few weeks. We saw a lot of this in Chicago, and Chicago is a much bigger city. But
wait, I have to stop this for a second. Read next to this. Fox is saying as soon as the incident occurred, 200 organized and showed up. So it was in a hot New York minute because they're using signal. All right. It says here, I told you yesterday, the woman just admitted last night that they activated the old networks created during George Floyd. This is George Floyd riots 2.0. I'm telling you, everybody, I'm giving you a heads up. I hope it's not. I pray I'm wrong, but it's what it seems like it's brewing. It says right here, she even admitted they are coordinating over encrypted group chats. The same people that funded the BLM seeds are the same people trying to repackage that under a different brand, but same tactics. That's why all the BLM tactics and people were involved with the church raid, roll them up, Operation Roll Up. All right. The globalists spend a lot of money getting people in Minneapolis this weekend. So, I mean, you see what's going on. This is
what
insane.
we have seen here in Minneapolis is another level in terms of this grassroots activism and how well connected and organized they are and how well they communicate and show up whenever anything is communicated about any type of immigration enforcement action that's taking place, that hundreds of people will immediately show up and surround these federal agents whenever this happens. And we are seeing that to the extreme here as word is spread about this shooting, of how quickly people have amassed here and how much they are continuing to show up.
Well, tell me about that, Garrett, because you've been on the scene for a bit now, and the numbers, look like they're they're into the hundreds now. Where did this start, and how much has it grown?
Now they got an MRAP showing up.
Yeah, well, we know that within 30 minutes of this shooting happening, that there were more than 200 protesters on the scene. When we got here less than an hour after, that had quickly grown to probably more than 500. And now we're well beyond that in terms of each intersection. As we're going around and looking just from the two intersections that I can see from here, that we are easily in the hundreds of people. And this has happened so quickly. And what we will see is when these type of events happen, when there's been immigration enforcement operations, is that even as federal agents try to move and get out of that area, is that activists will do what.
So I want to make sure people know that on the last live I did, I go through and I show why they're doing this. Like at the top, there is a plan. At the top, there's absolutely a plan. And why this is all happening. And it is all about the Third World War. It's coordinated. It's not just what's happening here in America on the streets in America. These things are happening all over the globe in different variables and levels. And they're getting ready to pop off. Things are getting ready to pop off between Israel and the Muslim nations, just like it talks about in the Albert Pike letter. And I go through that with the fine-tooth comb in the last live. I'm not going to do it here. But I mean, you know, you see, this is absolutely out of control, people. It's absolutely out of control. And I have a feeling it's not going to get any easier. All right. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, they have this saying, ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos. And they believe in that, you know, bringing this stuff about will bring enough chaos about to where they can have their one world order. This is all about Agenda 2030, people, and the end game. That is your freedoms being taken away from you, and you know, I mean, like I was telling you before, and I've shown you in videos before, how Western values are going to be tested to the breaking point, and how you're going to own nothing, you're going to have nothing, and you're going to like it. You're going to literally rent everything that you're going to need from the U.S. government. You're going to eat the bugs. Meat is going to be a rare commodity. That is an occasional treat. They say they say that over 1 billion people are going to be displaced by climate change. No, that means replacement migration. Replacement migration is what that means. And they talk about, you know, that the way things are going to actually be in the year 2030, the 17 goals for sustainable development, the 17 goals for sustainable development that is Agenda 2030. So, I mean, people, we're in it. Welcome to 2026, because it's going to be a bumpy, bumpy ride. May God bless you all. May he keep you. And please don't forget to go out and change this world in which you live.